All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're new to me, new to my show, new to my channel on YouTube, please do subscribe so that you can take advantage of all the live shows, the current shows, all the shows coming up in the future, because there will be many more, and all the previous shows. There's so much wisdom, learnings, teachings, experiences, healings, activations, processes, etc on all these shows. And it is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring these speakers who are sharing these wonderful experiences with you so that we can all raise our vibration frequency and so that we can all thrive in our lives and awaken to happiness now within. Right. So, I'm so glad everyone is here with us today. And my good friend Tarek Bibi is back with us today. And we're going to be talking about activating your millionaire mind matrix. So that's exciting for everyone, I'm sure. Some of what we're going to talk about includes what is our ultimate purpose, how do we experience infinite freedom, empowerment, and sovereignty, how do we align with the new earth, how to break free from the matrix and spiritual warfare, what is quantum jumping, and how do we quantum jump to our ultimate timeline. And with so much misinformation and changes going on right now, how do we stay grounded? And for those of you who don't know Tarek, he's been with us many times. We love having him. Always a high vibe call. Always the processes or activations, etc. that he does. The infinity healing is always so powerful. So he is a rising star who has already changed the lives of over 1 million people worldwide. Tarek works with businesswomen and men on the spiritual path to help them thrive doing what they love. And through his revolutionary infinity healing modality, he is able to help his clients achieve and manifest their heart's desires with infinite ease and grace, even if they have not been able to achieve their results elsewhere. So, everyone, please join me in welcoming Tarek back to the show. Tarek, welcome.
Thank you, Shefali. I love the vibe you guys got here. It's really warm and welcoming and feels like home. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. And we're excited you're here because, like I said, we always have such a wonderful conversation and it's always such a high vibe call. And the infinity healings that you do, of course, are always so powerful. They're tangible. We can feel them,
Yes.
on the call. So I'm excited about that. But before that, I'm excited about to talk about this topic of activating your millionaire mind matrix. So of
Yeah.
course, we all, I mean, everybody says they want to be a millionaire. Um, but actually, what we want truly is freedom, right?
Yes.
Freedom to do what we wish, freedom to experience, certain things, freedom to travel, etc. So for
Yeah.
me, it is about more about that when whether that's 1 million, 10 million, a billion, whatever that takes, right? So
Yes.
there's no limit to freedom.
Yes. Yes. I love that. And one of my mentors, he's no longer in the physical. I think he was a millionaire at like age 20, something ridiculous like that. And he said it's not about getting to that financial number goal, it's about who you become. So when he became a millionaire, he was a person who gave more to charities. He was more generous. He was more focused, more intentional with his time and energy, more valuing of his time. He had better boundaries with others. He owned more of his value. He let go of his self-worth blockages. So that's not separate from spiritual evolution and spiritual remembering of who we are. That's still the same initiations we go through. It just like fast tracks you um, on it just fast tracks all of that when you're having such a like a bigger dream or a bigger goal. It's going to stretch you more to being more.
Absolutely. And being more for most of us also means serving, right? Serving our
Serving
communities,
more.
serving, the planet, serving humanity. And so, of course, when we have access to more abundance, we can do more with that as well. So there's always that piece too, So for me, it's about there's no dichotomy between spirituality and money because we're all spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Everything is energy,
Energy,
right?
yes.
So it's just a matter of our connection with the spirit, with the divine, with ourselves, and our intentions and focus, and obviously the actions we take as well, right?
100%.
So I wanted to first start off our conversation with talking about what is our ultimate purpose in life, our ultimate purpose in being,
Yes, yes. So it is a tricky question. It is a trick question. And I have concluded that our purpose is to tune into our being in throughout the day, to check in what our being is asking for us, because it's not a one-dimensional answer. Because usually when people say what is my life purpose, they're basically asking what is my ultimately soul aligned career, and we'll answer that question. But as a general, bigger than that, in every moment, it's to check in. So just take a moment right now. Let's actually put it to practice and check in with our beings. What is our being desiring from us right now? Is there tightness anywhere in our body? Are we bringing our awareness to our feet, to our breathing? Is there something we can adjust with our posture to make our experience more enjoyable? So would you like an infinity healing to have that as a default, that consciousness, that awareness, to check in with yourself from moment to moment, to ask the question, what is my being needing right now? And if you took the
Yes.
time, yeah, yes. If you'd like to receive that activation, say yes. And I'll explain how that works. So every time you say yes, you're giving permission to Source, God, Universe to do infinite things for you so that you can be your infinite divine self. And by saying yes, it's clearing the beliefs, the fears, emotions, traumas that are in the way of that happening. Yeah, so then would, and so that's moment to moment. Okay, now I need to be in my feminine. I need to just lay down, receive. Now I need to be in my masculine. I need to go out, take action. You know what? I haven't done anything creative in a long time. My creativity wants to come out. I want to write a poem. I want to create some art. Okay, I've been indoors too long. Now my being wants me to spend more time in nature. So I think we're seeking balance. And I feel when we're imbalanced is when our body really lets us know. Um, and it's our job to check in. And it's also a multi-dimensional answer, because we're checking in with our physical bodies, we're checking in with our spirituality. When was the last time, we're spending more times worshiping this phone, including myself, worshiping the phone than we do connecting to the divine. Um, so so I would draw a circle and put all these different pies. One is spirituality, finances, health, inner child, play, fun adventures, fitness, career, relationships. Am I missing anything, Shefali?
I
Right?
was not even, I was just so into the moment. I was not even paying attention. I was just receiving.
Good.
So
You're just flowing. Okay, like a Pisces. I love
yeah.
it. Yes, 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 yes. So checking in with all those. I like to every equinox or solstice kind of do a, okay, where am I at? What needs more? What needs less? What habits need to be shifted? What are the positive shifting? So would you like an infinity healing to kind of do an inspection of these different areas and to make sure that it's nice and whole and complete and balanced?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And then would you like an infinity healing to fully align with all that you're here to be and all that you're here to do? This is what we call the life purpose for a career. So it starts with being our authentic self, which is throat chakra, which is the color you're wearing. Wait, no, that's third eye. Wait, I always get them.
No, it is
It
it
is,
is
right?
close to this.
Yes. So exactly, let's receive that color medicine from Shefali and activate the authentic self. It starts with being our authentic self. But what's stopping us from doing that is not feeling safe because of some memory. I just did a video on like witch hunts. Anyone here feels like they were, believe in past lives and believe you were hunted down as a witch hunt? Because I put out this video and it just like exploded. I put it out last week and it's like I've never had such fast like comments, and it's like already 4,000 views. So I'm like, oh, I think I really spoke to my core audience about this fear of being seen in your fullness. It's as if you really show up in your fullness, that something bad's going to happen to you. So I'll put the video link later, but for now, would you like an infinity healing to express your authentic self and to feel safe to be seen in your fullness, which then allows you to align with your ultimate purpose, be all you're here to be, and do all you're here to do. Would you like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. So that's the life purpose stuff. And
And
with
it's
the,
funny, I'm just going to say, even though, like I do these shows a couple of times a week, plus my own membership calls, healing calls, etc. And
yeah,
even still, I'm always communicating, but even still, I have that, you know,
yeah,
I still have that resistance sometimes, it's like,
yes,
yeah, it's still
yeah.
there, so it's interesting,
So,
right?
yeah. So how, imagine you're here now, Shefali, in this now moment, and then there's like infinite to infinity going backwards, infinity going forwards. There's probably even parallel, infinite parallel versions of us. Um, so would you like an infinity healing to show all aspects of self, if they're still holding on to any of these traumas, to just really surrender them to the divine? We no longer need to hold on to them because they could be hiding, really surrendering them and replacing them with safety, security, empowerment, and sovereignty. Would you like that? Yeah.
Yes,
And to
please.
show all parts of you that it's safe for you to be seen in your fullness and all the great things that will happen when you do that. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. And when we do the one-on-ones, sometimes we literally like find like the trauma. Sometimes it's like a little entity or like a little trauma hiding, and it's like hiding behind the heart, hiding behind like just random places in the body. It's just there hiding. So Shefali, when you were saying like sometimes it's still there, I see it as a like a little trauma being like, I'm scared of being seen. So little residue trauma from our past life, that's, that emotion is still stored there, the fear, because being killed is a big deal, being tortured is a big deal. And the people who are torturing us, if you believe in past lives, they did it in such an evil way that they wanted to scare us in all future lifetimes, because they want to control this domain, right? This is like,
Right.
they want to
Yeah.
control this dense reality, and they know we're the number one threats, and so they did it in a way, when I meditated on it, that it would scare us in all future lives. But we're here to break that cycle, and I'm here to help make it easier and more graceful. But would you like an infinity healing to feel the fear, the resistance, and still take action?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Beautiful.
Wow. Well, we started off with a bang.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting these infinity healings right at the beginning. I was expecting them later in the call, right? So I was like, oh, this is great.
You
And
know
I'm
what?
already receiving.
Good. Shafali, I'm starting to treat every opportunity as it's my last, because really I never know. And I want to give my all I want to give my all from my overflow. And I treat every opportunity like it's my last
Oh,
conversation, Not
that's
in a,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's so beautiful and so powerful. I really appreciate that because I was writing something earlier today or yesterday, and I was like, because of everything that happened with my husband, like our life changed on a dime, like so
yeah,
quickly, and our whole trajectory for our life has changed. And so I know now that anything could happen at any moment. So why wait to do stuff?
yes,
Why wait to be yourself? Why wait to live fully?
yes,
So it's so important for all of us to, know that those moments, we don't know when they're going to come, if they come, but
right.
why not live fully now? Why not experience everything you want to experience now? So that's really been hitting home for me, for the past 4 years. So it's like, I'm not putting my life on hold. I'm going to do what calls to me. I'm going to do what, brings me joy. I'm going to do what's fun. I'm going to just, live my life to the fullest so that I have no regrets, number one. And also, sometimes the things that we do as light workers, as wayshowers, as people who are there on the front lines, right? That just little things that we do can inspire other people to like say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm going to be a little bit brave and come out of my shell and out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to do something different. And that
Yes.
changes everybody's life, right? The whole collective starts to change when we start to do that.
Yes, and I love what you said about the joy and fun and freedom, because even as healers and aligned with our purpose, like we can still be stuck in the matrix. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So and so I love what you're saying, and I even wrote it down. So would you like an infinity healing to have that fun pie be integrated inner child play? It's in the Bible. You cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless you're in a childlike state. I might be misquoting it. Um, and so to me, that level of purity, that level of innocence, that being able to see the miracles all around you, the beauty all around you. Like when I first started this call, I'm looking at everyone's faces and I'm just smiling. I'm like, this is beautiful. We're all gathered here. Such a sacred experience, and I don't take it for granted. So, sometimes you're walking around, you can look at the flowers, the trees, nature, right? There's so much beauty all around us. So,
Absolutely.
making sure, would you like an infinity healing to make the inner child's healthy desires integrated on a day-to-day basis, fun adventures, leading with what lights you up, what makes you come alive, what feels most joyful, what makes you feel good, the healthy versions of those, to always come back to that when you're asking what my body needs and what will make me feel really good right now. Would you like that?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. And to always do it from the right place for the right reasons. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
So before I was like, okay, I want to there was this like almost like spiritual ego of coming at it from a place of like I don't know if it was scarcity, like I don't have enough time and I have to help all these people. And then when I let that go, I'm like, actually, I don't have to do anything. I don't need to do anything. I am whole and complete without any of that. The clients, money, success doesn't complete me more than I already am. So I had to do my own death rebirth with that, even with my life purpose and career, being a recovering workaholic. And the lesson is where you're doing it from. So I remember being like, I got lost in the matrix in the sense of like money, South Node Capricorn. So it's like work, 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 success, success. So I got stuck in those like old patterns of, for those of you that don't know, look up your South Node. It's kind of like how you're wired to go there, and look up your North Node, which for me is Cancer, which means like nurturing everyone, being that like divine motherly energy. So that's all I had to shift is doing it from a place of the old me would just go 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 do, which is my South Node, and then my stepping into that nurturer. So instead of being like this tough coach on the come on, we can make 5,000, 10,000 this month, and like it's like, hey, how are you feeling? Like, how's your inner child feeling? Like, just bringing that like loving, caring, nurturing side. And it made a huge difference, just tweaking, not what I'm still doing the sessions, but I'm doing it from a different place and without any like spiritual ego attachment. So would you guys like to embody more of the traits of your North Node, whatever it is? Which means
Yes.
the zodiac, that if you embody that the traits of that zodiac, you'll feel more fulfilled. So it's connected to your life purpose. So
Hmm.
would you like that?
Yes.
Yes.
I never know what mine is. I always forget. Somebody always tells me, and I always forget. So I'm,
Oh, I'm
but I
so
know it's
curious. I'm so curious. I feel like you're already aligning with it, but I would
like
be so
I'm sure
curious.
I am, but I don't know what it is.
Does
I
someone
never
want to
remember.
does someone want to reciprocate all the love Shefali's given to you guys? And if Shefali puts the date and time, that someone can go out there and find her North Node.
Somebody knows. Somebody knows.
Someone knows. Okay. Yes. How's everything so far? Any questions? How are we doing?
So we have. So I didn't mention at the beginning because I forgot. For those of you who do have a question for Tarek, you can raise your hand, or of course you can type your question in the chat. Um, because I always say that, but it was just like so we just got so into the call and the conversation right away that I forgot. But if you have questions around what we were talking about, freedom, purpose, etc., definitely raise your hand. And because it looks like Tarek's going to be doing these infinity healings throughout the
Right.
call. So
Yeah. That's my new
so
style. I share the story, share the wisdom, and activate it at the same time. I
I
love
I
that
am willing to receive that for sure. So
yes, I love that you're an 8. infinity. And then I love that it's 5:55 a.m. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I have a block, an astrology block. I must, because I don't know how many times I've looked. I don't know how many times astrologers have told me, and I don't need a clearing for that. But I'm just saying, it's like
You
it's
like
just
an
funny.
infinity healing to clear the astrological blocks to your north node. Yes, clear it all.
It's really funny enough, but it's like it's so weird that I've been told so many times and I never remember. So it's like whatever. Okay, so Evie has a
But
question,
would you
right?
like to clear
So
it, Shefali? Would you like to clear
okay,
it?
yes, yeah,
Yes,
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 please.
yes. Because that's resistance, right? We were there. Some part of you is threat, like maybe the mind is threatened by knowing something. So to try to protect you, again, it could go back to that witch hunt. It's like some part of you that's like, wait a minute, if you're fully 100% in your ultimate purpose, remember what happened
That's
last
true.
time, Shefali. So
Yeah.
let's get Shefali to forget this so we can protect her. So would you like an infinity healing show your mind that it's safe and to like set it aside for all of us, for our mind to have our higher self set aside the mind when it's interfering in a way that doesn't serve our highest good, and a process for our mind to be aligned with the highest aspect of ourselves so that all parts of us are moving us forward on a path? Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So with the Matrix, I just want to share a little bit about that. I've been doing spiritual investigative research for 15 years now. If anyone's into the astrologies, it's my Virgo rising. It's just obsessed with information. And the moon Pisces in me, like your son Shefali, is very interested in all things hidden, like in the dark, what is hidden from humanity. And it has that spiritual desire to, I feel like the Pisceans are like the spiritual warriors, right? So from a very young age, I'm like, what's the darkness here? What's keeping humanity stuck here? What are the solutions? And how do we share that with humanity to help us break free? So 15 years is a lot of, like literally, I have a Telegram group called Warriors of Love. And if you see it, that's like all the documentaries I'm seeing. There's like 3, 4 documentaries I share every day. And if anyone's in that group, you're like, holy crap, like Tarek's just going through all this information. But to sum it up, it's the most important thing I can share about that is many cultures talk about Maya, right? Maya, it's that we're living, everything in this world is an illusion, which is Maya. What culture is that, Shefali? Is that
Oh,
like
in
Vedic?
in Hinduism, we talk about
Hindu?
Maya illusion. Yep.
Yes, Maya illusion. There you go. And I have
Hmm.
so much reverence for Hindu scriptures. If you guys ever get a chance, all of them, that like it, everything from India, I feel everything from um, yeah, like the Bhagavad Gita, like study these. There's even like if you go on YouTube and the Vedic texts, Sumerian texts. I highly recommend just reading that information, the Emerald tablets, like just to know like these are sacred texts that talk about things that are very accurate from then. And it's how are we going to know our future if we don't even know our past? Like, how are we in 2024 and we're still like, really? Are there aliens when there's Vedic texts that clearly talk about aliens and galactic wars and like spaceship
Yeah.
technologies, right? Like, imagine probably growing up with all of that. It's already in your conscious and
Yeah.
awareness. But meanwhile, the rest of the world is like, really, aliens? Come on, it's a conspiracy. And it's like we have to go backwards in order to go forward. So would you like an infinity healing to find your truth, to find the truth of who you are, where you're from, so you can know where you want to be?
Yes.
Yes. And would you like an infinity healing to unplug from the matrix and reconnect to the divine matrix? Right? So
Yes.
we're in a very beautiful photocopy of what is the original divine matrix. It's just like a beautiful photocopy of, it's like someone photocopied the Mona Lisa and they're like, look, it's beautiful art, but it's a photocopy of beautiful art. So I really feel like these trickster beings, these entities, these tricksters have been trying to trick us for a very long time. They're the master tricksters of the universe, I would say. And as powerful as love is, as powerful as God and the universe soul is, we are also very naive. As spiritual beings, we have such big hearts, and we're also, I would say, our weakness, our shadow is naivety, right?
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
we project onto others how we would be and do, and we're like, they wouldn't do that because we wouldn't do that. But the truth is they would do that, and that's how we got tricked in Atlantis, if you believe in that, and that's how we continue to be tricked. And so it doesn't mean like becoming like super dark to fight dark, but it also just means like harmonizing that inner light and inner dark. So I think the best thing for us, if we are in spiritual warfare, which we are, is our our inner light. Like we feed the inner light. We are the, I feel like we go to the gym and work out the inner light a lot. And I think the part that we're not working out a lot is the inner dark. And this is where I scare people off. But to me, the inner dark is not what. And if you thought that that's negative, that means the matrix already programmed you to look at darkness as something bad. Again, back to that Piscean example, Shefali, to me, the Pisces' happy place is in nothingness. Like when I fully retreat and I close my eyes and there's no light in the room. I don't know how you feel about that, Shefali, but that's the womb. That's like I'm
Mhm.
being held by the universe. And it's like there's no external distractions. I'm going within where everything really is, right? But it's dark, right? So there's a lot of matrix programs about follow the light, don't go into the dark. On 8/8, I'm going to do this huge event about we're going to do a in between life regression to find out it's called soul recycling. It's the soul recycling trap. It's a whole thing, but you guys are welcome to join. It's free, it's online. And we're going to do this for humanity. We're going to explore what actually happens when we died the last time, or what happened right before coming to planet Earth. Because my research shows that we're actually being tricked by the same beings that are tricking us here, the entities, the archons. When we die, they're tricking us each life to come back. And I've done thousands of past life regret. Well, I wouldn't say thousands, but I would say I've reached thousands of people with my past life regressions. And every single time it's been like planet Earth, planet Earth, planet Earth, planet Earth. And I was just scratching my head being like, there's infinite universes, infinite galaxies, infinite dimensions. Like this is one speck of dust in the entire of all the options. It's like one speck of dust. Um, why is it that we keep coming back to the matrix? And I started doing my own like research, asking soul friends and on Facebook, does anyone else feel like they've been tricked into coming into this life? So please, if you guys want to help with this research that we're doing, is let me know. Did you feel as a kid that you were kind of confused why you were here, or did you feel like, yes, this makes sense, I came here to planet Earth just like I had planned?
I was quite confused. Like, why am I here? I don't understand why I'm here. I don't understand people at all. Like,
Right.
I just don't get it. And I'd never fit in, of course, right? But it's just interesting how we're conditioned to fit in. We're conditioned to be like everybody else. That's
Yes.
how we're trained. But if we really look at ourselves, look at our lives, and look at how we have been throughout our lifetime, you're going to start to see a pattern, right?
Yes.
And the pattern is the questioning. You know,
Yes.
why am I here? Why did I choose to be here? This doesn't make any sense. I don't feel comfortable here. The people
Yeah.
here don't make any sense to me. I would not I would not do the things that they do. How could they possibly do that? I had,
Yeah.
these kinds of thoughts are always in my head. It's like, I don't understand how someone could be like that, how
Right.
someone could do that kind of thing, right? So that is a bit of the naivety, that you were talking about, because I am
Yes.
naive in that way for sure. But at the same time, I remember watching something, and they were talking about what the recycling, and how there's the light, and we always were told, go to the light, go to the
Right.
light, go to the light, don't go to the dark.
Yes.
but that light is, I mean, this is
False
just
light.
something I also heard, is
Yeah.
that that is what's keeping us coming back over and over and over
Yes.
again. But if
Yes.
we don't go to the light and we just stay in the dark, then something else is possible, but I'm not sure what that is.
Yes. So thank you, Shefali. So one, I would say, why is it that we like, I want to challenge that question that says, oh, they wipe out our memory because they want us to have a fresh experience, but then they tell us we come here to learn lessons. So why, imagine every time you hit 12th grade, I don't know, when you graduate from high school, they erase your memory and you have to start all over again. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
it be better if like we retain our experiences and our wisdom and we keep building lifetime after lifetime so that we can really be the spiritual masters that we are? Because literally all I see when I'm doing healing sessions, it's like, oh, my mom did that, her mom did that, oh, I did it for my past life. Like it's literally, here we are in 2024. Who knows how many millions of lifetimes when I did past life regressions, we had people say 300, 700, 1,000 lifetimes. So imagine everything is just cyclical. Everything is just like repeating, going in circles. Oh, my mom went through that. Now I'm going through that. My dad went through it. Happened in my past life. Oh yeah, same relationship, same partner, same betrayal. It's just like when we
Yeah.
got to break that cycle. So I agree
Yeah.
100%. I question why they wipe our memory and say you need to learn lessons, but then they wipe out the lessons. And I question who these beings are, and I really believe there are false light beings who are shapeshifters. The word genie comes from the Arabic word jinn, which in our culture is our entities. And there are good ones and bad ones, but they're shapeshifters, just like in Aladdin, the genie could shapeshift into anything. And so many movies show this that when you die, you're approached by a being, and usually the being that, like, it's almost like they know what you believe in, so they can just kind of
Mhm.
read you and go, okay, Shefali believes in this god, this goddess, and we will show up as that. And we'll be like, or like someone you love, like your grandma that you always loved or whatever. And so, but then this is the tricky part, they do a life review with you, and then they try to guilt trip you to come back to earth. Now, this is a far out. I don't want to lose people here because now I'm sharing with you guys what my research has showed me. But I could just summarize it without going into all the details and say, would you like an infinity healing to break the soul recycling trap, to reclaim your infinite sovereignty, to only choose to do what you want to do at all times? Would you like that?
Yes.
So so once we do this, and let's say out of 1,000 people who do this, we end up sharing a Google document, and everyone says they saw the light, they went into the light, and there was some kind of like trickery. So even entities can't force human beings to do anything because there's a universal law called free will, right? Otherwise, we're just animals in a farm and like with no free will, right? So there is free will, and these, just like what happened in the world 4 years ago, in a way, it was never forced, it was coerced, but it required our free will to do it or not do it. And they can create fear, they know what our weaknesses are, they know how our psychology works, and they'll create situations for us to give our free will away and abuse our own free will. So same thing with the coming back here. They'll do a review of your life, and then whatever your guilt trip is, right? Like empaths are so easy to manipulate when you're a narcissist. They just know how to do that. So entities even more so, right? Like how hard, like, so we got to so that's what I'm talking about. The dark is someone saying, please, Shefali, I need you to come back to planet Earth, we need you. And for you to go, you know what, no. It just seems really dark to the part of us that's just always like, I must help everyone, I must do so much for everyone. So sometimes the dark is like a mama bear energy, just being like, back off, stay away from my kids. Sometimes the dark is challenging someone who's doing something bad. Hey, what are you doing here? I saw someone messing with the smart meters at my neighbor's home. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with the smart meters? Like that, it's not the light side of us, but it's also not evil.
Mhm.
It's the protector, it's the warrior, it's the challenger, it's the bad kid in the class who's questioning everything. right? Who doesn't mind getting kicked out of class, doesn't care about being a people pleaser, doesn't care about what people think, right? So would you like an infinity healing to bring a beautiful harmony and synergy and beautiful integration of our divine darkness with our divine light side? Would you like that?
Yes.
Did I lose you guys at all?
No, and even in the yin yang symbol, it's
Yes,
dark and it's light, right? It's a
exactly.
balance.
Right there. There's light in the dark, dark in the light. Yes. Yes.
Exactly. So neither one is good or bad.
No.
They just are. It's how you use the light, it's how you use the dark that matters. And sometimes to fight the real darkness, you have to use darkness to fight it. You can't
Yes.
use light. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one who does that, but I know one of my teachers is a master, and that's what he has to do. He has to use the dark to fight the dark, and
Yeah.
so it's like, it is a thing for sure. I just wanted to backtrack for 1 second. There was something that you said, and I just wanted to give you a different point of view.
Yes.
And that point of view is like, and no offense to anybody, okay, this is just my personal opinion, but a lot of times, people are told, by an angel, guide, God, we want you to do this. But true consciousness, true universal consciousness, source, creator, light is never going to tell you what to do,
Yes.
right? So that's why whenever somebody says, "Oh yeah, my guide told me to do this, God
Yeah.
told me to do," no, I'm sorry, that is your ego telling you to do that, because God, source, creator
Will
is never
never
going to
tell
tell you
you
what
what
to
to
do.
do. Yes.
No. And
Yeah.
that's the part of that free will and choice that we have, that we get to experience whatever it is that we desire. So how
Yes.
we want to express source within us is up to us, right?
Yeah.
But no one is going to tell us you have to do this. Even when we die and have a near death experience, again, it's up to us to choose yes or no. We don't have to. Like,
Yeah.
if a being says, we really think you should do, your life is not finished, do you still have more to do? No, they would never. They wouldn't. I mean, in my opinion, in my training and in my teachings and everything, it's not what happens. So
Thank you
take
so
that
much.
as you wish and work with it. But in the end, it comes down to, what do we choose for how we want to express the light within us and or the dark within us.
I love
It's
it.
all the same thing. It's all consciousness. It's all awareness. It's all source. And source is light and dark and gray. So, that makes
Yes.
sense.
100%. If you hear a being that's saying, I need you to, you have to, that's not a loving being. Right off the bat, that is a trickster being. Or like you said, it's your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, so just pay attention to that. Okay. So, do you want to take some questions? There's some questions in the chat, and there's some people with their hand raised. Let's see what's coming up for them. And I'll be honest, I don't want a, can you just tell me what I'm missing, or can you just do a healing for just generally? No, ask a specific question, please, because it helps all of us when you do that. If it's just a general thing, it's like, no. So please ask something specific, please. Okay. So,
Yes.
Evie, want to unmute yourself, Evie?
Yes, hi.
Hi,
Hey.
and sorry, before I forget, I'm gonna put a video of Star Trek in the chat, and it's a 2-minute video from a Star Trek episode. I hope I put the right one. And it's 2 minutes of exactly what I'm talking about. They showed it beautifully, how this main character goes to the afterlife, and there's a light in front of her that even looks like a kind of one eye symbol, like a cat eye, and how the being is trying to trick her. And just like what Shefali said, the main lady goes, "You're not my father. My father would never tell me what to do. He always wanted me to think for myself." So check
Wow.
out the video. It's 2 minutes, and that's the one that the series is showing us what the what the soul recycling is. It's in it.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe it's Q. I know Q's a trickster for sure.
choose the trickster. Who are we talking with?
Q in Star Trek. I think the Q was in the original Star Trek, and
Oh,
definitely was in the Next Generation. I don't remember now, but Q
okay.
is a is a being of.
No, I meant like,
Ah.
what was someone unmuted?
Oh,
Yeah.
Evie was going to ask a question. Evie, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you so much for taking my call. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and
Yes, we
clear.
can
I
hear
couldn't
you.
see you.
Okay, so well, here is another Piscean fellow with
Hello,
your vibe.
hello, fellow mermaid.
Hello. Yeah, so I
Uh,
was really attuned to what you were saying. Okay,
yes.
so to make it really quick, I have a question. I have my mind on the money, but I want the money to have me in mind. So
Ah,
where am I kind of misaligned? Because a couple of things happened in recent time, quite recent, and I'm like, how is that so? So is
so
there
give me an
anything that you
example of
can help me?
of the negative pattern we want to break.
I don't know if it's a negative, but it's just something that was kind of odd. Like I went off path or something. I don't know, but it's kind of like something to be noticed.
Well, what are the deets?
What are the deeds?
Yeah,
Just well, I don't have well, there's something that I really was into quite a bit, and then it seemed like I have no interest. And so it's not really helping me with resources because it would have been an option for me.
got
And
it.
and then in recent time I just lost a bit to like, wow, that's kind of like odd. It's not like I'm not careful or whatever, but
Got it.
it's not, I don't
Okay.
know, something like that.
And do I pronounce your name Evie?
Yeah.
Evie. Okay, beautiful. So Evie, clear your mind and allow Source God Universe to let you know what is at the root of what wants to be worked on right now, and everyone else can say yes as well. Clear your mind, Evie. Where in your body do you feel the root of this block is stemming from? Where's the first area that you feel?
I'm feeling like my throat.
Okay,
There's a lot of energy.
great. And clear your mind, Evie, and let your highest self let you know, where did this all stem from? Was it something from childhood, something with mom, something with dad? What's the first scenario that pops up? You can share it openly or you can keep it to yourself, but just let me know what's the first thing that pops up.
Nothing.
Okay, and clear your mind. Clear your mind? We'll try one more time. If it's safe for you to know, what's the first memory that pops up? Where does this all stem from?
I just see beating. So
Yeah, and is that something you recall from this life?
yeah,
Yes. Okay.
earlier childhood.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. Beatings are pretty intense. Um, and so just fast track to the point that your inner child created a story about what was happening. I'm getting beat, and the story, the belief that got created is what?
It's just uh, like a competition, beat down competition,
Something to
not
competition.
wanting you to be there. Just, I want to be better. So
Right. So it's
just
not
like
safe to,
it's, do you know, like sometimes in different cultures,
yes.
uh, y- like the male, they don't want you to show up or shine. It's kind of like just be quiet and I
Right.
will take the forefront and you just
Right.
follow.
So
Don't be,
felt,
yeah, don't
I
be
felt suppressed. I felt,
prominent.
what did you feel?
I'm sorry.
What were the core emotions in that moment? Feeling unsafe, suppressed?
I feel like I didn't want the obstruction. I wanted to push past. I felt like the power was kind of like abbreviated
Yes.
and I wanted to to push past so that then there's this resentment of no, I don't want you to stop me. I want to
Right.
do.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, that's a boundary. Yes. Okay. So would you like an infinity healing? Just imagine a ball of light coming down from Source God Universe right outside of your throat, behind your throat, and anywhere else in your body where something wants to be cleared right now. And
Yes.
imagine you can just press a power button and it just starts to suck out anything and everything from the root of the root of the root, all the beliefs, all the fears, emotions, root traumas from childhood, mom, dad, ancestral, past lives. Just let it all go into the ball of light. And would you like an infinity healing to take all your power back from this, clear the karma, learn all the lessons, see it all from the highest perspective?
Yes.
Yes. Would you like an infinity healing to have your emotional expression? So expressing yourself, feeling safe to express yourself, feeling safe to express your boundaries, feeling empowered, speaking your truth, speaking your mind, and having
Yes.
others respond, receive it, and follow through with your requests. Would you like that?
Yes, absolutely.
And when you tune into your throat right now, what feels different compared to before?
I feel it's moving down towards my upper chest.
Great.
The
So
energy
same
is
thing, get
moving.
a ball of light in the upper chest, press the power button, just let it all get sucked out into this ball of light like a powerful vacuum cleaner. And let's set this on autopilot. Would you like an infinity healing for it as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so to integrate those healthy aspects that are suppressed, that need to come out so that there's healthy boundaries, healthy saying yes, healthy saying no, healthy confrontation, speaking your mind, speaking your truth, standing up for yourself, standing up for your rights. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
And when you tune into this energy now, if you look back at your inner child at that age, what feels different with her?
Mm. Excuse me. I feel like standing up.
Yes.
Excuse me.
No, that's good. You're
To
clearing
stand
your
up.
throat. That's great. Excellent, Evie. And when you tune into your inner child, so she's standing up, how does she feel different?
Fierce warrior.
Warrior. Fierce warrior. Yes. Let's all clap for
Seriously.
Evie and her powerful inner child warrior. Good job, Evie. That was awesome.
I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. See how things
Awesome. Thank you,
unfold?
Evie.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Good, good, good. Awesome. Thank you so much, Evie. All right, we're going to go
Love
to
it.
Linda.
Thank
And
you.
so I'm sure you now saw this is not just a simple little Tarek's going to do all the work. No, he's going to put you on the spot and make you feel and tap in to what
Uh,
you're feeling as well, right? To get to the
right.
root of the root of the root. All right,
Yes.
Linda, what you got? What's your question?
I love how you're tough loving your community here, Shefali.
It's for their highest good. I swear.
I
It's just
love
for
it.
it's
So
just for
good.
them.
So good.
We love
You
Shefali.
want to empower them to empower themselves. It's really honorable.
She does.
Thank you,
She's
thank you,
wonderful.
Linda.
Hey,
She's an
Linda.
amazing, amazing lady.
Aw,
Oh, you're so
We are
sweet. Thank
blessed
you.
to have her. Trust me, she's just
aw,
amazing.
I'm-
Yeah, I'm kind of similar to Evie, only with me. If I'm afraid to speak up because of two different things.
yes.
One, I'm kind of woo like you somewhat. And the other side is I raised my children to be very Christian.
Yes.
And so sometimes I can't always tell them all the things that I've done,
Yes.
like how far I've, come, so to speak.
Yes.
And so it's really hard. I don't know how to clear it so that I can know what to say.
So I'm afraid to speak my truth because
Because if I say it to the children, I feel that they might judge.
right, but that's not a Christian thing to do.
No, but they would say, because they're Bible believing Christians, they would
Yes,
say
yes.
that what I do is, of not the light side.
And then just tell them, judge not lest you be judged.
It's not that simple.
Okay. So fear of judgment, right? Who else has fear of judgment here? Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good to be judged. So, Linda,
Yes.
starting now, would you like Source God Universe to clear everything, the beliefs, the fears, the emotions that are in the way of you being able to speak up and feel safe to speak up and speak your truth?
Oh, definitely. I would love it.
And when you clear your mind, where do you feel the root of the root of the root of this blockage stemming from in your energy field?
Throat and solar plexus.
Okay, great. So same thing. Imagine those balls of light. front and back. Press the power button. Imagine the vacuum just starting to suck it all out. Let it clear it, the beliefs, fears, emotions, root traumas, childhood stuff, ancestral, past lives, if you believe that. And what you're clearing for yourself, you're also clearing for your children. And take a deep belly breath. And on the exhale, just let it all go. Would you like to take all your power back from this experience?
Yes, please.
Would you like to clear the fear of being judged?
Yes, that would be lovely.
You know that our mind is constantly judging?
Yes,
Like
I
you
do
can be
know
the
that.
most spiritual person and the mind's job is just like good, bad, what's this, what's that. It's just very critical. It's very judgmental. And so in a way, we're all judging others all the time and we're being judged all the time. So would you like an infinity healing to put on that like protective, empathic, protective shield that anyone can say anything, do anything, and you're still in your full empowerment?
Yes, that would be great.
Yes, and just a reminder, you guys can all say yes to that to receive it. And Linda, if you imagine your kids right now judging you, your big fear of them judging you, play it out in your mind. How do you feel different in your being?
Mm. I can just hear one of them.
You what?
I can hear two of them really getting after me.
Yeah, and how are you reacting to that? How are you reacting differently compared to normal?
Oh, I can stand up to them
Right. How does that feel?
a little braver.
Little braver. Great. Do you feel something still lingering that's in the way of you feeling a lot braver?
In my throat yet.
Right, okay. So just imagine that ball of light again around the throat. And would you like an infinity healing to fully let it go from the root of the root and replace it with your divine blueprint of your throat expression?
Yes.
Yeah, and show the mind that it's safe to let it go, who you are without it, and all the great things that will happen when the throat is open and expressed.
Yes.
And now when you tune into yourself expressing your true self, they're judging you. How do you feel?
Better. Much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, great. Excellent. So continue to observe what shifts for you and let us know how things unfold.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Shefali.
Thank you,
Love you.
Linda. Love you too.
Aw,
So I have a comment about that. I
yeah,
don't know. I've heard this from many people, a lot of people, how they don't feel like they can talk about the woo-woo stuff. They don't feel like they are not expressing themselves because they're not talking about the woo-woo stuff, all that stuff. But like in my day-to-day life, when I'm talking to my parents or sisters or anybody like that, none of that stuff comes up. See my sister's here, right? None of that stuff even comes up. So
mm,
um they know some of what I do, but they don't know everything that I do. So
yeah,
so I it's
you flow.
I don't know, I've never had an issue because I'm only going to talk about woo woo stuff if somebody asks me a question
Right.
or if we're on that topic. But if I'm just living my life, doing my thing, like my personal beliefs, I guess, don't really come up. So
Yeah,
there's never a contradiction for myself in that way. Does that make sense?
it makes perfect sense because you're meeting them where they're at and you're not your beliefs. So you're not forcing your beliefs on others. And intuitively you can be like, hey, there's an opening here. Someone's genuinely interested. I can maybe share a bit. And then when you feel like maybe there's no opening or no need for you to share your beliefs, because we're not our beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Our being is woo woo, but everyone's spiritual being is woo woo. So if you're just
Yeah.
being yourself, you don't have the agenda to share all your belief systems because you're just being.
Yeah.
So I think there's an art to just remaining, being and accepting everyone where they're at. And if there's an opening or an intuitive nudge to try to do something
Yeah.
else. But the worst thing you can do is give so much energy and time to try to help someone. It's hardest with the family, and it's just going, all that energy is going into a black hole. I highly recommend pulling that back and using it there. Like, your energy is so precious, and just using it very selectively. So I test people, I'll give them like 1% and see what happens. Oh, it went in a black hole, I'll pull back. Or I gave them 1%, they received it, reciprocated. Okay, now I'm going to give 5. They received it, reciprocated. Okay, now I'm going to give 10. So just, would you like an infinity healing to know how to be yourself, how to accept all aspects of self? Like, I embrace that I'm different. So, you know, school taught us it's not safe to be different, but I loved it. I am different, and I'm unique. I'm a unique divine expression of the creator. Like, that's so cool. Like,
Yeah,
I love,
exactly.
right? I love that I'm wired the way I am. That's different. And, you know, for anything, I've found a way to flip it. The more out there and different I am, the more I feel unique. And the last thing I want to be is like, oh yeah, you're just like everyone else. Like, that's the worst thing I can hear. But if someone says you're a weirdo, I'm like, thank you so much. I feel so seen.
Exactly. I'm definitely not like everybody else, that's for sure. And
Yes, thank
I
God.
just like to be myself. I just like to be me, whatever that happens to be. If somebody doesn't like it, that's fine. If
Yeah,
somebody likes it, that's fine. It's great. But if,
right.
otherwise, I can't stop being me. This is
Yes.
who I am, right?
Take it
Take
or
it or
leave.
leave it.
Yes.
All right, Sandy, you have had your hand raised for a while.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking. Oh, thank you for taking my call. Can you hear me?
Loud and
Yeah,
clear.
we can
Is
hear
your
you.
hair kind of purplish?
Purple hair, yeah.
Whoa, I just told a friend to do that as well, to dye some purple hair.
Children. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Do you know, from the beginning of the call, just everything has resonated so much, and it's just triggered so much, really. So there is a question somewhere, but
Yes.
my it's just all over. So, and actually, Shefali, I want to say with you, I'm so with you on I suppose people taking responsibility. And because that's something I'm finding more and more. I mean, I work with people, I do healings, I do all sorts of things. So, and that's what I'm finding more and more. And it might be, oh, such and such has suggested I come and see you or to have a session. And it's like, okay, what do you want to do? It's that kind of really having to go there. But anyway, but when you were talking right at the beginning, Tarek, as well about the like the witches and about not being, being scared of being heard. As a child, I was very, very self-conscious of my difference.
Right.
And I felt very different, and I as I matured, I love my uniqueness now. I mean, that's something I do embrace. But as you were talking about the witches and I just had, it was as if I just saw lots of lifetimes come in front of me of me being a witch and being accused of a witch and being hung, being dragged. It was just fleeting. I didn't put any attention on it. It was just like an acknowledgement, not attention. But it's something that I've been with other friends, with some close friends. Recently, we've all been feeling the same about that, as if something's coming to the surface about it. So I don't know, with what you were talking about, whether, like, as a, with consciousness, whether there's something that's rising or presenting itself for people who have that awareness to be finding a way of releasing it.
Yeah, so releasing everything, just to recap it, so because my mind can only take
Sorry,
small
I'm
amounts of information.
sorry. I was
I'm
going
very
through that.
delicate mental. No, it's not you. You're sharing perfectly. So to summarize it, is there are aspects of yourself that are afraid of being fully expressed. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I guess that is what was coming to the fore for me as you were talking.
Got it. So I
Yeah.
was listening. Okay, and the end result is that those aspects of self feel safe to be seen and actualized, correct?
Yes.
And okay, and Sandy, without thinking too much, I'm afraid of sharing all aspects of myself because.
Again, I think it comes down to judgment, what we were talking about earlier.
Okay, so I'm afraid that when I'm afraid of being judged because.
I think the judgment, it just feels really unsafe.
Okay. And in your mind, what's the worst thing that can happen with the judgments?
Death. As in being killed, not death, because I have no fear of death.
Right. So there's a root fear of actually being killed.
Yeah. But
Yes.
I thought of until you've just asked that.
Wow. And how long have you had keeping this fear of expressing yourself and maybe getting killed for sharing your full self? Have you had it your whole life?
As long as I can remember.
Wow. Well, today's the day. You ready to clear it?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Thank you.
Okay, let's do it. So, so Sandy, the reason why it doesn't, the mind is not clearing it is because it thinks it's protecting you, right? So it's like, hey, Sandy, dim your light, try to fit in with everyone else so that they don't realize we're powerful, crazy, wild beings. Don't try, right? So that's the way it thinks. But
Yeah.
it's not the most advanced part of ourselves, but its intentions are good. It
Mm.
does want to protect you, but we just need to let it know, hey, that was then, this is now,
Yeah.
and I am protected. And it
Yeah.
is, even though it wasn't safe for me then, it is safe for me now. So the way you look right now, it looks like you have these like super wild antlers out of your head. Is so cool. Your
Oh,
wild
thank you.
woman's coming out. Yeah, the inner wild woman's coming out. Let's go. So,
I love it.
so yeah. So Sandy, starting now, would you like an infinity healing? First of all, ask your body, where am I storing these traumas of being killed for being me?
In my throat and in my base energy.
Yes. Beautiful. So same thing. Imagine those balls of light, one outside of the throat, back of the throat, base, front and back. Imagine you can switch them on, and imagine that like powerful vacuum cleaners, they just start to suck out anything and everything from the root of the root of the root, limiting beliefs, fears, judgments, emotions, traumas, sucking it out from the root of the root of the root, everything before it, after it, connecting to it, all lifetimes, ancestral, DNA, cellular memory. Would you like to alchemize it?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
And would you like to alchemize it to what is for your highest good so that you're experiencing safety, security? Your default is sharing your authentic self fully, being safe to express it, showing the mind, alchemizing this trauma in all those lifetimes, taking
Yes.
all your power back from all those lifetimes. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
We just did a quantum jump thing because my ears just, we just did a timeline thing because my ears got clogged like when I'm in the airplane. I don't know if you felt it. So, and would you like to bring all your power back into your body, show all parts of you that it's safe, and show all parts of you what's going to happen when you express your authentic self and all the great things that will happen?
Yes, please.
And if you imagine yourself right now expressing aspects of yourself you might have not shared in the past, bring it into this moment, into in real time. Feel like you're doing it. Imagine you're doing it right now. What feels different inside of your being?
I felt there was a tension and a release,
Yeah.
but I just felt like shudders going through my body. And when you said a timeline jumping, I
Yeah.
felt as if I had as well.
Yes.
Gosh, oh,
Beautiful. So yeah, just take a moment, ground it in, and clear your mind. I forgot to do this with everyone else. From 0 to 10, what's the first number that pops up when we ask the question, where are you at right now with this healing? If 10 is completely healed, clear your mind. What's the first number that pops up?
2.
Okay, so 0 means it's complete.
0 is complete.
Yeah, and so where was it before we did the healing? Clear your mind. First number that pops up.
8.
Yeah, so you went from an 8 to a 2, and that's amazing. And we're just going to set this healing on autopilot so it continues to do all that it knows to do that is for your highest good. And so it is.
Oh, wow, that was so powerful. Thank you.
Welcome, Sandy. Good
Thank
job.
you. Oh,
Yeah, good job, Sandy. Thank you. That was awesome. I think I wanted to just say again something that Sandy had said that you might have missed, Tarek, that when you were talking about the witch hunts and all that, she actually saw lifetimes of those experiences, just not, she didn't, hook on to any of them, but she just saw them fleetingly come through her awareness.
Wow.
So that's how powerful this work is. Even before you started working with her, just talking about it started to bring those experiences and lifetimes to her awareness.
That's amazing, Sandy.
Yeah, it was really powerful. But as I say, but I didn't put attention on it. It was just acknowledging it, not putting attention on.
Yes. It's like
But
watching a
incredible.
movie.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Wow, so cool. I've never had someone have that experience without it being like a deep past life regression or something. And to see all of them at the same time, so cool.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
On a live call. So
On a live
awesome,
call,
Sandy.
yes. Is
Good
someone
job.
recording this?
Yes, thank goodness. All right, Sue has her hand raised. Sue has a question for Tarek.
Well, that's so fun. Hello, Tarek
Hey,
and
Sue.
Shefali.
How's it
Hey,
going?
excellent. Thank you. So it's so interesting when you were first talking about the life review and the light and the shadow. And I know my body reacts to what's maybe true for me. And I could just feel the truth in some of that. So I'm just curious. Obviously, you've done quite a bit of research, and so I'm curious if you were, crossing tomorrow, how would you navigate that? Would you go into
Yes,
the shadow?
great question. So first of all, we're all gonna have this recording. It's my, like, if it's again, if today is my last call, I'd share everything I shared. But because I'm limited with time, that call that I'm gonna do on 8/8, it's gonna be on my YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. And I feel like that is the thing. I thought I wasn't afraid of everything. I'm afraid to talk about this and kind of like claim it, because I'm not hearing enough people talk about it. So I'm like the weirdo in the spiritual community, but I'm like, no, I got to do this. So if, yeah, I know that a being's going to come and approach me and try to guilt trip me, or, first of all, I'm going to question, like, if they show, the tricky thing with me is like, I respect all religions and I subscribe to none.
Yes.
So I'm very curious, and I haven't had like, how some people have like that, like who have tough childhoods, they have like a loving grandma or whatever. I don't feel, I feel like whoever tries to approach me in the other life, I'll just be like, I don't have any strong, like, oh my God, you came for me. Like, I don't have that.
Right.
So I would challenge the being that approaches me right off the bat with discernment. Maybe even maybe like interrogating them, like really looking into their eyes, because Sue, they can photocopy everything about the ones you love, but when you look in their eyes, they can't photocopy a soul. So I would really look into their eyes. I'll call their bluff. And definitely if they say you need to go in the light, I would probably just shove them in the light and go backwards. So apparently I would just shove them. You want to go have another lifetime? Like, you go. And then apparently no one's looking backwards. Everyone's being hypnotized and mesmerized by the light, like moths looking at a light bulb, and then they go to it and get burnt. It's very metaphoric. But I would look the other way. And this is what I'm hoping to do in our past life, in between life regression call on 8/8, is to have documented, like, what did you guys see? So even if everyone moved forward into the light, and that's how we got here, with past life regret, with hypnosis, you can actually, even if you've done that, you can actually pause it like a movie and change the camera angle and face backwards. So I'm very curious, because my research says the void, the womb of the cosmos, God's womb, goddess womb, whatever you want to call it, like the source, the divine feminine force. Maybe it's beyond feminine, masculine, but like it just feels like it's outside of all of this matrix, is behind us, and it's a black hole. And all the like, I watch movies, like I study when I watch movies, my third eye's open. I'm like, oh my God, every movie's showing us go into the light, stay away from the dark, like every movie, especially horror movies.
Well, and then also in our discernment.
Sorry, Sue, just to conclude. So I would go into, I elaborate a lot. I should just give the bullet points, but I
No,
would
it's all
go
good.
into the void, which is like a black hole, which would supposedly connect us to the true God source root of where we came from. And from that empowered sovereign place, we can then decide what we want to do. Do we want to come back to Earth? Do we want to go to another universe? Do we want to whatever?
Right.
So I feel like now that my number one, like if I really came here to help from a place of not attachment, but from a place of inspiration, I would love for everyone to not be tricked into coming back here ever again. Like if I can help with that mission, that's my number one. And if we have 1,000 people telling us they all looked back, saw the void, and even if they went into the light in their in between life right before this one, they can actually go into the void and let us know what happens when we go in the void. So we're all going to have like tangible, grounded, everyone's going to write on a shared Google Doc, this is what happened. And if everyone says the hole behind us took us to the void, the light tricked us into coming here, then we have like a simulation we can work with to train us for what to do. Because think about it, we're 2024, millions of lives and lifetimes, and we still don't know where we came from, what happens when we die. Like, it's ridiculous. This is like, we have to know these things.
And then also with that discernment, just asking questions, show me who you walk with. Show me, when we're there, like show me who you walk with. And and those things, being able to see that if it's light or not light.
Right.
Correct?
Exactly. Like prove to me that you are a being of light.
Yes.
Yes. So what I'm getting inspired by this, Sue, is would you like an infinity healing to have our inner child, all inner versions of ourselves in all lifetimes have as a default questioning authority, healthily challenging authority? Would you like that?
Yes, please. I felt that. That's a big one for me. Thank you.
Yes.
Why yes, please. As a growing up, I was not allowed to have any voice or question, just over controlled. So having a voice for me has been a journey.
Right.
That, so.
Do you feel that was like your parents at their worst?
Yes.
Do you feel potentially they were kind of possessed in those moments?
Yes, definitely my dad, but I'm also feeling my mother as well.
So if the entities that were potentially possessing your parents, do you not feel that it's so easy for them to be like, okay, we have a questioner, a light being, how can I get them from an early age to just listen to the authority figures, because they know on planet Earth, all the authority figures are pretty much compromised and are pushing the entity's agenda, right?
I feel that on my entire body.
What
I think that's a big yes. Just like a vibration.
Resonance, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
so this is what they do. They'll manipulate. They can't manipulate you at a young age, but they can manipulate the weakest links around you to try to condition you to so think about it from early age. Listen to mom, be a good girl, listen to mom, listen to dad. Being a good boy, girl is so overrated. Like that's why I'm trying to bring in like the dark, healthy dark. Then you listen to your teacher, you listen to your boss, then you listen to your doctor, right? So when does this conditioning of always listen to your government, listen to what the guys on the news are saying, and then when we die, why do you think suddenly we're going to start being like, wait a minute, I'm going to question and challenge you? Like we've been saying yes. Are you okay?
I'm actually, my body's having like this trauma, this shaking trauma response.
Right. So
you're hitting something.
Imagine a waterfall just cleansing, purifying, alchemizing, transmuting, descending down to the ground. Imagine you're a powerful, ancient old tree, so grounded to Mother Earth. And just let Source God Universe transmute, alchemize, delete. Just imagine more and more of these showers coming down Beautiful. Grounding, cleansing, purifying, alchemizing, transmuting all space-time dimensions right now, anchoring in infinite safety, infinite security, infinite empowerment. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Yes. And just place your hand on your heart, maybe one on your belly, and just regulate your nervous system. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. You are so powerful. Just alchemizing any of those lingering traumas.
Thank you.
Yeah, all space-time dimensions, all ages, all past, all future, all parallel. Override, 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 override. Just surrender it to Earth. Send it all down to Earth like you're flushing water down, and immediately gets replaced with the higher frequencies from Source God Universe. And what
Thank
emotion?
you.
Yeah, what's the emotion coming up right now?
Just fear, like
Where do you
hit some
feel it?
nerve.
Yeah, where do you feel it in your body?
It's in my throat, like my throat,
Right.
my high heart.
Right. Just imagine a big ball of light right outside of there, coming straight from God, Source, Universe, one behind you, one to the left, one to the right. And starting now, just click on, put the power button on, let these balls of light suck out everything that wants to be cleared. Suck it out from the root of the root of the root of the root of the root, from the moment of conception, everything before it, after connecting to it. Suck it out, suck it out, suck it out. Woo! Beautiful, beautiful. Let's put her, imagine, you're welcome. Just imagine you're in the middle of our circle and we are all holding space.
I appreciate that.
Huh.
I know you have other colors, so thank you.
Not worried about that. So where do you feel like it's being cleared into the balls of light?
Yes, I just feel like there's just a lot there.
Yeah. So would you like an infinity healing to have this just ease, grace, ease,
Yes.
grace, lightness, ease, grace, lightness, divine way, divine time, divine manner?
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you had this happen before?
I have. I've had a lot of like, I'm assuming trauma leave my body like this at certain times when I'm feeling safe, and somebody
Right.
will just say a word,
Right.
and it'll just trigger something
Right.
that
So
needs to freedom.
got it. And when you tune in, does this feel complete for you now?
Yes. Sometimes it just takes a little time
Right.
for it to finish.
Got it. And I
So
invite
thank
you
you.
to just do some shake medicine, just like standing up and just shaking your body. Just shake
Okay.
it up. Yeah. Beautiful. Amazing.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate that.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Sue. Message me later. Let
Thank
me know how
you.
you're doing, okay?
Thank you so much.
Or I will message you later and ask you how you're doing. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's all take
Awesome.
a deep belly breath. Great work, guys. Wow, what a great group.
That was powerful. Oh my goodness. I mean, all the questions were so powerful. All of the, oh my goodness. It was such a, what a juicy call, I have to say. Not, was not expecting so much transformation, to be honest, but it was like, this is so much fun, so interesting. So there's still lots we want to talk about, but before we do that, I want to just take a moment and talk about the packages.
Package. Would someone talk
There's one
about the
package.
package?
1 second. But then there were a few more questions in the chat that I wanted to cover because
Yes.
they were important. So let me just share my screen. Hold on. I can't see now properly, but it's
I can
okay.
see, I can see. You want me to read
All
them?
right. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just talk about the package first,
Yes.
basically.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll share the inspiration behind this. So I love reading books, and I know books have changed my life. And I know I have the download, just like in the movie The Matrix. If you guys saw the first part, there's a scene where Morpheus or his team are helping the main character download programs into his mind, and they were downloading this thing like the Kung Fu program, and then Keanu Reeves's character is like, I know Kung Fu. So that one scene planted the seed. You remember it, Shefali?
I do.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, we can download programs into our being because we're in a matrix. So what I got with the inspiration I got is to summarize books, take the world's 13, 14 best personal development, spiritual books that have changed, that have sold millions of copies and have changed the lives of so many people. Summarize those books into downloadable affirmation statements. So you're not just reading the book, you're becoming the wisdom of the book. Like it's the best of the book is summarized and is downloaded into your programming. So you are the wisdom of the book. You're thinking like that, you're being like that. So I don't know anyone else who's done that, but that's the inspiration of this program. So I went, researched what are the top books that have been that motivated, inspired the most amount of people, summarized them, did the infinity healing technique so that when you're listening to the affirmations, they're literally going into your subconscious mind, into your programming, and they're also deleting all contradictory beliefs. So if one belief says, I'm thriving doing what I love, it's deleting all the programs like I can't be spiritual and make money, and I can't, whatever is contradicting that belief gets deleted. And yeah, so let's find out what the books are.
Okay, 1 second here. Yeah, so there's eight modules,
Eight
and then 4 bonuses. So I'm just
Yes.
I just want to put this in the chat really quickly. The link, just in case people need the link as well. So I'm just gonna put that in here. Okay.
Right, and the end result that I want for all of you guys is to have more prosperity in all levels. So abundance of time, abundance of energy, abundance of money, abundance of opportunities. So this one is Activate Your Millionaire Mind. So I believe the book is called The Millionaire Mind, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And one nugget of wisdom from that book helped me make thousands of dollars. Just one nugget of wisdom has transformed my life. And so we're summarizing the whole book for you here. Great book, changed my life. Second one is Secrets of Law of Attraction. So that's the book, The Secret. So instead of just reading the book of The Secret, you've got all the law of attraction, manifestation, programs and codes just encoded in your way of being. Some of them being focusing on gratitude, how to focus on what you're desiring, not on what you don't want, attracting your soulmate, soul tribe. Yeah, manifesting your life purpose alignments, so relationships and abundance as well.
Awesome. Module 3.
Signs of Getting Rich, a legendary book. Again, one of those like top 10, everyone in personal development, and people who read books that help them better themselves. Again, summarized it. So own your infinite value, focus on your ultimate purpose and passion, taking inspired action, very important because that's lacking in The Secret. It's all visualization, but no action taking. So this one activates that divine taking inspired action, belief in self, using the power of imagination, which Einstein said is more powerful than education, is the power of imagination. I believe he was a Piscean too, Shefali. Module 4, become the richest man in Babylon, or where, I don't remember writing that, or wherever you live. So,
Exactly, like Toronto or Delaware or
exactly. Fill
England
in the
or
blank. Yeah. So learning the 7 laws of money, very powerful. Knowing how to, a lot of people manifest money, but they're not learning how to like save it, manage it. So this one helps you manage your finances, which is really important, game changer for me. Commitment, having that resilience, commitment to your mission and vision. Increasing your ability to learn. So some people will learn and then stop. So there's a ceiling where you can't go past. So break through those ceilings, continue to receive more and more, commit to your mission, and overcome procrastination. Oh my God, this book is like The Matrix and like the book The Secret put together, because it's such a game changer. Not a lot of people know about it. Happy Pocket, sorry, I was talking about Break Free from the Matrix, but Happy Pocket Full of Money, great book, just such a spiritual way to look at money as energy, and how just by you shifting something within, so bridging spirituality and money, mastering your energy, so that your energy, right? So if you're giving away 90% of your energy because you're people pleasing, or what, not being able to say no, having healthy boundaries, that's giving away your most precious, valuable asset, which is your energy or your time. So imagine being that person who can continue to keep your cup at 100%, which will help you continue to magnetize and take inspired action towards more financial opportunities. So mastering the laws of money, playing the money game to win, becoming a money master. Next, we've got, you're very welcome, Klaus, Suzanne. Break Free from the Money Matrix. This one book changed my life. If you haven't read it, please read it. If you don't want to read it, get this program, because it summarizes it. And again, you become the book. And I love this book because it shows you examples of, like, when bad things happen to you, they're happening for you, and how it literally changes your game of the game of life. Your life experience becomes a game, and you're paying attention to the times when you're feeling constricted or you're feeling disempowered. Those are the times, after reading this book, you're like, oh, my higher self orchestrated all of this for me to take my power back from this experience. The whole game of life becomes taking back all the powers. Think of all the power. We had someone on the call earlier, I think it was you, Sandy. Your whole life, there was a fear of expressing those aspects of self. So the whole game of life for you becomes, today on this call, let's say you took back, I don't know, 80% of your power that was being given away just from that one, not just from that one trauma, it's a big enough trauma, but from one trauma. So imagine how many lifetimes, how many traumas, and imagine starting to play the game of life, where in those moments where most people shy and get shy and like go the other way, you're like, wait a minute, I created this for me to absorb my power back into my being, upgrade, better life, more abundance. Next, Think and Grow Rich. Again, legendary book, Napoleon Hill, you know, how to, they call it your ultimate chief aim, like just having your why am I doing everything I'm doing so clear, being motivated, inspired, increasing your level of faith, committing to your decisions. It's just going to make you, remember how I said earlier, one of my mentors who's on the other side said, becoming a millionaire, but who you become. All these are going to transform you from who you're going to become. And I think what makes me different than most people in the healing world is I've got the personal development, which you can call like more of a grounded way of being, more anchored into my being. So I've taken a lot of time reading these books and putting these into practices. And I feel then you become more grounded in your spirituality. So I really feel that's what's missing in our community. And there's a huge need for something like this. Module 8, Laws of Success. Amazing book. Again, bridging success, prosperity, and spirituality, to the point that it even talks about creating positive karma, giving from your overflow, letting go of the past, ability to sit down quietly and meditating, which I'm starting to do every day. Then we summarized a few of the classics as well. 4 agreements. A lot of people know that. Don't just read those 4 agreements, become those 4 agreements. I will always do my best. I will always be impeccable with my word. I will learn to, this is great for empaths, not take things personally. I will not make assumptions. Our mind is an assumption making machine. And there's some people that I meet, anyways, I remember when I would always make assumptions, and now it's like, wait a minute, I don't know that to be true. So I stay in the grounded, like, I really don't know till I know, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. So, and then there's the bonus one from the book, The 5th Principle. I think his son wrote that. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Celestine Prophecy. Oh my God, that book changed my life. Talked about synchronicities. So again, downloading all of the, I think there were like 12 insights, they called them. And then there was a 13th insight. So you're downloading all these legendary spiritual, enlightening philosophies,
That was a
program.
powerful book. I read that so long ago.
Right?
I hope I still have it somewhere, but it was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and then the most important part, this on its own is worth the whole program. So they talk about how we're still fighting for energy by doing 4 things. So if our parents were aggressive, we become aloof. And we're continuing these ways of like taking energy from each other. And he was saying when humanity transcends these like vampiric ways of taking energy from each other consciously or unconsciously, and it's based on how we were raised as kids. Um, it's like our grandparents passed it down to our parents, passed it down to us, but we're the cycle breakers. Then we reach a point where when someone talks, people focus on that person and they start channeling from their higher selves what each person needs to hear, kind of like what we did today on the call. So it becomes this whole new world where if now I stop talking, Shefali, listen, we're all paying attention to Shefali. If Shefali stop talking, Sandy, listen, we all listen to Sandy, and she starts channeling and giving us synchronicities. So that bonus module helps us break out of those energetic vampiric cycles.
Awesome. And then bonus 3 and 4.
Yes, special exclusive to a manifest a millionaire mindset. Yes. So again, content on having basically when you're a millionaire, you're thinking differently than other people who are not millionaires. So imagine summarizing the way a millionaire thinks, their habits, their behaviors, their perspectives, summarizing it and downloading it into our subconscious mind. And then the book that changed all my relationships, Love Languages. So imagine experiencing life where you're allowing yourself to receive your love language from yourself. So when I worked with my teacher, she was like, Tarek, your love language is touch. So when you're feeling the most alone or scared, massage yourself. I was even doing it during the call. So, getting a massage, hugging, sometimes I'll just go hug a tree, right? Like just being in the body, dancing, movement. So my love language, my number one is touch. So it changed my life to know how I would like to be loved and how I can love myself the most. But it also shows me how to, if loved ones in my life, to know what their love languages are so that I can make sure they are feeling loved as well. So it helps you love those in your life in a way that they feel loved, and it helps you feel loved in the way that's best for you.
Beautiful. Wow. So there's 14. I have to say this is something really you have to get. Really have to. There's 14 audios. It's not just information. There's infinity healings in each of the recordings, right?
Yes.
So it's not just words, it's not just affirmations, it's not just summaries, they're actual infinity healings. And as we experience all the wonderful infinity healings today on the call, how powerful they are, right? So again, this package has 8 modules plus 4 bonuses for $97. There is a payment plan available, and of course, if you're an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code. But this again is filled with just infinity healing. So 12 recordings of infinity healings that you were if you saw what happened today with all of us, and then you'll know how powerful that is. So that's awesome, Tarek. Thank you. And this is about not just about being a millionaire like we talked about, but it is about freedom, to be ourselves, to express ourselves, to live the life that we choose, right? So
Yeah.
so powerful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Quantum learning. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me just go back to my proper screen. So my goodness, we did so much today. I'm like so impressed with all of you. Like, this is amazing. I did click on the link for the video, the 2-minute video, so I'm going to watch it after. But I just want to make sure we didn't miss any really key questions in the chat. Let me say, I don't know. It's so hard. We just did so much. I already feel like I'm so full. I already feel like I'm so full because we received so much. But if anybody has any other last minute questions for Tarek, if you want to write them in the chat or just raise your hand quickly, we can do 1 or 2 quick ones, okay? Because I want you all to feel complete, right? And if you have any questions about the program, of course, let us know as well.
So the last thing
But
I
yeah,
would say about the whole matrixy thing is this quote that I heard in a book. First of all, if you really want to dive into a book, there's a book that's by donation called Exit the Cave. So I'll just put it in the chat. I highly recommend you guys look into it. Exit the Cave. I think his first name is Howard. So if you type that in Google, I highly recommend you read it. So this book will teach you about how we need to escape the soul recycling trap and how the moon plays a part in that. And he's working on a book now where it's like what happens when we die. I think he's gonna do more research on near-death experiences. And the only thing, so one of the quotes I read from one of these books was, the matrix doesn't care what you focus on as long as it's outside of yourself. So even if it's spiritual content, not saying don't do that because it feeds our soul, right? But as long as we're constantly focusing outside of ourselves, the matrix is like, yes, we don't care what you're into. We'll find out what you're into on social media and keep you distracted. The one thing that where we're the one thing it doesn't want us to do is to go within. Go within. So if you meditate, great. If you don't meditate and you've been feeling the nudge to, now is probably the best time in our human history for us to spend more time, not as an escape, not meditation for escaping, but meditation for being, just taking a moment for being, to balance it out with thinking and consuming data, information overload. That's the one. Thanks, Marianne. And then the other thing I would want to say is I personally would recommend just kind of, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen? Lose money, okay. Homeless, okay. Just keep going through those fears and you'll get to a point where you're like, okay, body dies, okay, my soul's eternal, right? So as long as we don't, like, highly recommend we show the mind that even when the worst case happens, our soul is eternal. We've died, as we've spoken on this call, the worst things have happened to us in the past, not our first rodeo. So just remind that spiritual remembrance, like, oh yeah, I'm eternal. And with that level of letting go, like, see what you're still attached to in the matrix. What are you still attached to? And be present with those things and lovingly do a ceremony to let go of those unhealthy attachments so that you're completely free and in your power and your sovereignty. And every day, however you can, practice challenging authorities. Like when I can't remember where I went, but I was like, what's in there? Why do I need to do that? Just like get comfortable doing that. What are the ingredients in this thing? Like, just get comfortable doing that.
awesome. Thank you. And all right, Sue, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you. I just wanted to share something really quick. Just all of the information about the books and what you're doing, the information is in there, or the audios, reminded me that ever since I was little, I had this knowing that I could put my hand on a book and absorb the knowledge.
Right.
I mean, and something like, again, when you were talking about that, my body is shaking, not in a trauma, but just like a hard, like
resonance.
Yes, it's yes. So I had to share that because it's so joyful and big. So thank you again. Really appreciate it.
I love that.
Just don't tell the bookshop owner that you're doing.
No.
Thank you, Sue. Or another thing you can do if you have books at home or you're buying books, put them under your pillow at night.
Right.
Right. That way you will also absorb the information in it as well.
Yes.
So you can do that.
Thank you.
I just want to show one quick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sue.
Oh, she just said thank you.
Oh, I just said thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to show one quick little anecdote about the whole reincarnation cycle, blah, blah, blah stuff, right? We were talking about. And so years ago, I guess 10, 12 years ago now, one of my dear friends, who's a spiritual teacher, right? He passed away. And I was so upset, so upset. Oh my God, right? Because he was in India and I was here and blah blah blah. So a couple of years later, I did this regression type of thing, or this journey, shamanic journey, where I could, access loved ones who had passed on, right, and talk to them, whatever. But he was somebody I could never connect with after he passed. I could never, like, he never came in my dreams, like
Yeah.
nothing. When I did the shamanic journeying,
Right.
nothing, like as if he does not exist.
Wow.
Right. And so when I had first heard about that, instead of going into the light, just go into the dark, I wonder if
You went
that's
into
what
the
he had
dark.
done. Right. I
Wow.
wonder if that's what he had done.
And
So,
everyone else you think potentially went into the light and is still around, is still accessible?
yeah, because other people, like my grandparents and people like that, yes, I can, through shamanic journeying or, channeling, etc. You can connect with with them, right? And so that's been okay and fine. But him, I was not able, and he was a very spiritual, like
Right.
really high being. And so I just wonder
Wow.
if that's what happened. She's the
Well,
only one that I have not been able to connect with. So
shows the void.
yeah, right. So
Potentially.
it's possible.
Wow.
So yeah, Linda, I also follow Kelly Magical Medium on on Instagram, and where he shares wonderful advice that a 10-year-old, there's no way he would have, that this. So yeah, for sure. I definitely know about him as well.
I will check that
Yeah,
out.
thank you. Yeah. Oh my goodness, and Exit the Cave. I will look up that book as well.
Yes.
To check that out. And of course, your call, is it on August 8th or?
Yeah, 8 and you can go to Tarek Bibi on YouTube to subscribe there, or tarekbibi.com, and we will send you guys the emails with
Because I
the.
think that'll be really interesting to actually have that experience, to turn
Yes.
around from the light and look at the dark and see what happens.
Yeah, to
I think
actually
that'll
go through it and get us real time, because you're a soul and you're just kind of. So I'll put my website here. Easiest way is to sign up there. If not, you can type in Tarek Bibi on YouTube and subscribe there. On 8/8, I'll be doing day 1, and on 8/9 or 9/8, however it works, I'll be doing day 2 as well.
Okay, awesome.
2-day
No, I
free.
think that's gonna be really powerful, really interesting. So I'm curious to see, what we experience, right?
I'll share it the next time I'm on your summit.
Yeah, that'll be so much fun. And of course, if what a call today. So I just want to thank everybody for all of their questions, comments, feedback. For those of you who were vulnerable enough to share what you were experiencing when Tarek was working with you, because I know sometimes it's like, it can be like, I don't want to share, whatever. But so thank you for that, because that helped all of us to receive those infinity healings as well, right? So, and thank you, Tarek. This was it's so much fun. I don't think I've laughed so much on a call in a while.
Awesome. That is my
So
ultimate purpose, to make people laugh.
yeah, so thank you. It was very, it was intense, powerful, light filled, but also very, playful at the same time, right? So so much joy. So healing does not have to be serious. It can be joy filled as well. So that's so important for people to get. It doesn't always have to be serious. It can be filled with laughter and joy and ease. And
Yeah.
I think I wish more people would remember that. Then healing wouldn't be so scary or so intense, or so. It's just a normal part of our day, right?
Yes.
So let's normalize the healing, right? So that it can be easier for all of us.
Yes. Thank you
Oh,
for that.
yeah, thank you. That's who I am. Thank you, Evie. Yeah, I do try and make life easier for you guys, and happier and joyful. So yes, healing can be fun and easy. Yes. All right. Anything else you want to say, Tarek, before we go? I just, like, part of me does not want to hang up. Like, that doesn't want to end the call. I wanted to keep going. But I know I have stuff to do. So it's like, I know there's people upstairs waiting to see me. So.
Okay, maybe I'll share. I have a new, so I have a song called Leo Anthem. I just released it. Please check it out on YouTube because it's a whole album. My rap name is Indigo Prophet, and every song has a healing activation in it. Please check out my latest video. We put so much into it. It's a music video for the Leo Anthem. So this album has activations for all sorts of things. This one activates your inner Leo, which is very fitting for our call, Shefali, because most people said fear of being seen. And if you think of the Leo energy, they're like, yep, I'm here, cameras on me, babe. So
Yep.
I really feel by listening to this song, it's going to activate your inner lioness, that inner lion. I was going to say, I just noticed there's a guy here, but your name's Guy. So I noticed there's a guy named Guy right here. So, so yeah, it'll activate your fear of, it'll activate your embracing being seen, shining your light, taking up more space, getting yourself out there. And I'll just conclude with one rap verse that I have here for a song that's going to come out very soon. It's very quick.
Okay, sounds good.
Psilocybin, I can remember who I am. You cannot divide us. The truth is all inside us. I'm laughing at these tyrants. Our spirit is defiant. You got yourself stuck in this unholy alliance. I'm automatic riding, channeling beings from Orion. Beware of false gods coming down from Mount Zion. Infinite spirit is what we can't rely on. Everything is backwards and we know that you're lying. Proverbs, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. My soul is not for sale. I don't care what you have to offer. I've been knowing the truth ever since I was a toddler. God, show us the way to defeat these archonic mobsters. Invoking the being of Jesus, provoking these legions of demons. Warriors, hold on to your semen. A man is searching for meaning. History keeps on repeating. Monitor the state of your being. Do you believe in what you see, or are you seeing what you believe in? Yeah.
That was great.
Goosebumps all over. Oh my goodness.
Yay! Oh, I had on mute.
Nice, guys.
That's awesome.
That's what you were waiting for, Shefali. You were like, wait a minute, there's
Ah.
something else.
Oh my God. I've got goosebumps all over, all over. That was like, whew, amazing, 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 amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, that was, oh, what a blessing. What a gift for all of us. So,
Thank you.
oh, so powerful. So please do check out Indigo Prophet on YouTube. He's also on Instagram. I'm just
Is,
like,
is there an
oh, so
easy way?
good.
Is there an easy way if people buy the program that we send them the album that I had on your last call?
Sorry?
Is there an easy way for people who buy the program that we can include my latest album?
Yeah, just to send me the link or something and I'll include it for sure. Yeah, this is I feel like I've just been to a concert, you know, it's like this is great. I'm just so like energized now.
I love you. Shefali.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
so send it to me. I'll add it to the
Will do.
stuff for sure.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you,
Please,
thank you. You're oh my God,
looking
you're so
forward to-
talented. I mean, I already knew you were talented before, but this you know, this new way of doing the rap, you know, that was amazing. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this is great. Thank you. Oh my
Bye.
goodness, everyone. All right, so today's Wednesday. I am going out of town tomorrow, well, tonight, tomorrow, to Boston. So blessings for the drive, please, is requested. Blessings for the drive and getting us across the border so that they don't stop us for any reason.
Yes.
That would be great. All right, so I'll be
So
back
needed.
on Monday. Oh, yeah, this is great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, everyone. So until next time, wow, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Please watch this again, listen to this again. Check out Tarek on YouTube and Instagram, the Indigo Prophet. That was so good. All right. And for those of you who did have healings, I think you're doing okay. But Sue, if you know, you reach out later, let me know how you're doing, okay? But oh, what a gift today was. And definitely check out the package, get it so that you can start to really, you know, receive all that healing, okay, from all those recordings, okay? All right, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love and blessings. Bye for now. I'll have the replay out in a little while. Bye for now.